Hello, I'm gonna show you here a fantastic quiz tool that I really am in love with. I use this together with Quizlet, and both of them I think they're fantastic for different things. I use Quizlet more as a learning tool, so the kids use it to learn vocabularies, like basically like flashcards, and I use this basically to test. So this is retrieval practice embedded with digital tools in the classroom. This is what I called blended learning 100%. And I'm going to show you a little bit how it works. I'm actually a bit annoyed with Quizizz because there are a lot of features that used to be free before, and now they made them a little bit into the pro. I actually paid for the pro, and we can use it within the Spanish department. It is, I think, £60 per, USA dollars per year, but I think it's worth it if the whole department is gonna use it. And I'll show you a little bit how it works and why I like it so much. When you log on into Quizizz, you get this. And when you come in here, you just can create your own quiz, and I'll show you how you do that. This is very, very good. So you create your quiz. Okay, you say basically what is your, so I'm going to say test 80. Okay, what is your subject? You got more subjects here to choose from. Remember as well, you can do a search as well. So what you can do is you can do a search, and at the same time you can save what another quiz that another teacher around the world has done, and then you just save it as yours, and you can modify it. So that really will save you a lot of time. And this is basically what you get. And this is why I love it so much, because you got different ways to test the kids. It's not just like Quizlet, which is flashcard, so it's 1A, and you just flip it. Here is you can use your imagination as you want to. So the first one is multiple choice. I don't particularly like this one very much because I think it's a little bit babyish, but it's got its placement. Okay, this would be a little bit like a hood. Then you got the checkbox. So for the checkbox, basically would look like this. You just give a question, and this is the beauty of it. If you can use add a math equation. How cool is that? Not like I like maths, but look, you can math your maths equation here, so you don't need to use like in another apps where you need to take do it yourself by hand, take a photo. You just write it down here. Okay, and you also got some advanced one. Okay, and some of the Greek symbols that you use in maths. You can also use media. Unfortunately, this is what might be annoyed. The audio used to be free, so this is for language learners. This is fantastic for the teachers. And during the lockdown, I did so many listenings and oral activities using this, but now they put it into the pay plan, which I'm a little bit annoyed with, to be honest. And you also can have a video as well that you can basically, basically you got the video one. You just use basically a YouTube video. So it could be your video, but you need to upload it into YouTube, or it could be a video that you just basically find. Okay, basically you got here, and then what you have here is your answer option one. So basically, whatever it is here, and your answer can also be an image. Of course, the answer could be another math equation. So you basically, and you just click which one would be the right answer. Okay, sometimes you can have 2 or 3. Okay, so this is good if something is not always right or wrong. You got different options, and then you got to fill in the blank. Okay, which are a little bit basically what you do here. So the kids need to write it down. In the other one, they would need to choose which one is right. Here they actually need to write it down. So this is the one I use the most. Okay, with well, not the most, this is my second best, second favorite, which is basically I can write here questions, I can write sentences in English, and they write it down in Spanish. It could be a question and they write down the answer, translation, verb endings, vocabulary on its own, very rarely, anything basically, you name it. Or, which is even very cool for language teachers, you can come here and you have your audio. So what this allows you is to record yourself basically, or you can upload an MP3 that is not, or you can basically have your audio there, and then you have questions about what was the audio about. So normally what I do here is little sentences, and it's a listening test, and the kids, and I can do them for a very low ability group very slowly, and for high abilities or even A level, what I do is very quick because that's what I want them basically to practice and be able to do. And you can also have, this is my favorite one, which is the open-end. The open-end, basically what you have here is you write a question and there is no right or is wrong. The kids basically what you're doing is practicing. I like it this because this is, you can have here like mini essay questions. So you can have something here like in literature for the levels or in English. You can have what is the character in Shakespeare, what does Hamlet represent? And the kids obviously you can write it down their answer. You can set up the time. So I want to give them, because it's a really long answer, and I want to give them basically up to 15 minutes, you know, and the test would be 2 answers basically. Okay, so you come here and I want them to give them 15 minutes. I mean, some bit of an exaggeration, but it could be 5 minutes. I use this as well for language teachers with oral questions, because I may record myself, and you know, for the oral questions for the oral exam, I can have here my list of questions from different topics. So the kids have to understand the question, and then what they do is that they write down a model answer. This is what I would say, and that really helps them, because some kids are not very good with speaking orally, but if you give them the chance first with a quizzes to do writing, and then in the lesson then you do oral work with a partner, that tends to work really, really well. It gives them a little bit of security, so very good with that as well. The problem with the open-ended is that they will never get is right or is wrong, because it's open-ended, but at the end of the day this is a test for them to learn, so I'm not so concerned at all. I want to see if it's right or if it's wrong. So it depends basically the functionality that you want to give. Well, the fill in the blank and the checkbox definitely would be, they will get immediate feedback. Of course, this is the beauty as well about quizzes. You can have a different selection of different tenses. So you can have a little bit for open-ending, but then you can have a checkbox, you got the fill in blank, and you can have a poll as well, which is, yeah, basically you got it right or got it, yeah, a little bit answer 1, option 1, 3, 4, okay. And here is obviously it's right or wrong because it's a poll, but then you can see basically this will be very good for feedback, okay, in a lesson, rather have to do a completely form, which is fun as well. This will give you a little bit in a lesson to do it. Okay, what do you think of today's lesson? Option 1, it was great, I didn't understand it that well, it was fantastic. Once you create your basically you create your quizzes, you do is that you save it, and then when you save it, it would look something like this. If I come to my saved ones, basically you got different things here. So I got, as you can see, I got a little bit of oral practice with some of the groups, okay. This is something I did 5 days ago, creating questions, but we still haven't done it yet. Okay, so this is something that I'm gonna do with my year 10s next week. Oral assignment practice, I did this with the year 9s, so the kids what they did, just to show you what you do. You come here and they do have me. I've recorded, escucha, you know, listen to the question and answer your best answer and write your best answer. This is a little bit what we did just before as a practice for the oral exam. Now, once you got this, how do you share it? You can share it first. You can share it with a colleague. So this is basically right. That's very good. Or you can do it in lesson, or you can do it as homework. And this is the beauty of it. If you don't go for the super plan, it means you can do it for homework as well, but it only will be in the website for 3 months. So a bit of a pain because I'm doing all the work, the kids. It will still be with you, okay, but you will have to it won't be available to the kids only for 3 months, if that makes sense. While if you pay for it, it's there for life. Basically, they can go back to it. I like it. It depends what you want to do. I like it as homework. It means you can put the link to this. So you say assign for homework. What I do is there's no deadline. This is what I like, basically. For that, you need to pay. And I tell them this is I don't want to say I want it for whatever time. I'm going to say continue. And normally, hopefully, it will give me now the possibility. That's it. There's a link here that I can copy. I can copy my link and I can put that link into my OneNote or into Firefly. And then the kids then, when they go home, okay, so if I got my link and the kids then press it, this is what it will look like from the point of view of the children. The children will get this. Your quiz name is, obviously, this is my name because it picks it up. The kids will have to write here the name, so they would give, like, say Tom, okay, we'll give them. It will say start, and this is what it's about. Okay. Uh, So basically, that was my question there, the advantages and disadvantages of using the car. And now the kids can, before their oral, the kids can write their answer. All right, okay. I gave them, I don't remember the time I gave them, but they do have some time. I think it was 45 seconds. There are 9 questions. Then when you're ready, because it's an open-ended question, it will always stop, right? Correct? You go to the next question. That's it. So that's basically one way of using it. The other way of using it, it is that not as a practice or homework, what you want is to do it in your lesson. So that's very good for polls or just to do that. So what you do is you go here. You want instructed first or classic. To be honest, I prefer the classic because everyone is working at their own time. That's one of the things I don't like about Kahoot. Everybody has to do it together, which I think is a pain. And what you want is the classic, you can do it as a test, you can do it basically STEAM. Team is good for a bit of fun, it means they're working together. You would need to pair the students or put them in teams. Then you go to continue for the classic one, it means every child is working their own. And what they need to do that is that they just need the laptops and they're just going to join my quiz, enter this join code, and then they start the test basically. And in here you can see how everybody's advancing and everybody's working, and you will get the feedback straight away. The way I do this, because obviously if it's an ended not open questions, you will get feedback straight away. So every time they go and submit, it will say, oh, it's wrong, and then they can redo it. So it's very good for self-assessment, and they can redo it again if that's what you want to do. For the basically this one they can do it again aside for homework as many times as they want to. That's why I like it. This one you can't. So this is just you do it there, you got it wrong, bad luck. It's good for assessment, but you don't have another choice, another chance basically. You can create your own classes. Okay, as you noticed, I haven't bothered. I just don't like creating classes because the kids got so many login details for everything, and the way I want to use it, and I want eyes for them, not so much for me to control them. That could be the case, but I use other tools, and I can use in lesson or test. I wanted more to use these things to make the kids independent and to make the kids to take action, to get power, to get ownership of their own learning. So they start then knowing, okay, actually this is very good for me. I found that really hard, and to do a little bit of diagnosis of their learning. So that's why I don't create the classes at all. The way I'm using this at the moment in blended learning is that I put my quiz I copy it, basically I share it, especially if especially the assign as homework, put the link into OneNote, and we can be in the lesson. It's okay, we've done this and during the lesson, and I'm gonna create, you've got now 10 minutes, 15 minutes to go through your quizzes, and that's after everybody's quiet, everybody's writing. Very, very, very powerful. Also for the beauty of it, you can put questions from past topics, so you can make it as this is retrieval practice at its best, and I think is fantastic because you can put audio, and you can insert at the same time video. So thumbs up for Quizizz, although you need to pay for some of the features at the moment.